My beloved child. A silence that once felt harmless has now become a weight on your person's chest, so heavy that even Archangel Michael says their spirit can no longer carry it. Something inside them has cracked open, something they tried to hide, something they believed they could control. But the more they ran from their feelings, the more those feelings hunted them. And now, in the quiet hours of their nights, their heart keeps whispering your name louder than their fears. They're replaying old moments, old smiles, old sparks, moments they thought they had buried. But the truth is rising. Their distance is not strength, it's exhaustion. And for the first time, they are terrified that if they don't act now, they will lose you forever. My beloved child, prepare yourself, because Archangel Michael says the moment they swore would never come is coming straight toward you, and this time, they're not only thinking, they're ready. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 111. My beloved child. Listen closely, because the energy around your connection is shifting faster than your person expected. Archangel Michael reveals this: the silence that separated you is no longer silence, it has become a battlefield inside them. Every unanswered message, every avoided conversation, every moment they hesitated is now burning them from the inside. They are tired of pretending they don't care. Tired of acting strong. Tired of convincing themselves that distance protects them. And the shocking truth? They recently heard something about you, something that hit them so hard it shattered their defenses. A news, a change, a glow, a move, a transformation, whatever it was, it shook their soul awake. It made them realize someone else could step into your life if they keep standing frozen. And now Archangel Michael says your person is no longer afraid of breaking the ice, they're afraid of losing you. That fear is pushing them forward with a strength they didn't know they possessed. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 222. My beloved child. The time has come for the revelation you weren't supposed to know until destiny opened its gates. Archangel Michael is showing a vision, your person holding onto their phone, drafting a message, deleting it, rewriting it, breathing heavily because their hands are shaking with both fear and longing. The silence they kept was never a punishment, it was a shield. But now that shield is cracking. They are ready to confess what they buried. They never moved on, they never stopped wanting you, they never stopped choosing you in their mind even when their actions betrayed their heart. This is why the air around your connection feels charged, heavy, electric, because they are preparing themselves for the moment that changes everything. A confession. A visit. A message. An unexpected appearance that breaks the ice you thought would stay forever. And Archangel Michael says this will happen sooner than you imagine, in a moment where you least expect it. My beloved child, brace your heart, because the distance is ending, their silence is melting, and the love they tried to run from is dragging them back to you with divine force. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child. Archangel Michael steps forward with a revelation that will shake the dust off every unanswered question in your heart. Your person is standing at a crossroads, one path is fear, the other is you. And for the first time, their soul is choosing you louder than their fears. They never expected the distance to hurt them more than it hurt you. But now, every morning they wake with a hollow ache, Every night they fall asleep thinking about the conversation they never had with you. Something inside them is screaming that if they don't break the silence now, destiny will close the door they kept procrastinating to open. Archangel Michael says your person has reached a breaking point, a point where silence no longer protects them, it tortures them. And because of that, they are preparing to step out of their comfort zone in a way you have never seen before. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 444. My beloved child. There is a shift happening in their energy, a shift so sudden and intense that even they cannot explain it. Archangel Michael shows your person pacing in their room, reliving moments that were supposed to fade but instead have grown sharper, clearer, louder. A memory of your voice. A look in your eyes. The way their heart used to beat differently around you. These memories are no longer memories, they are triggers pushing them toward action. They are questioning themselves. Why am I still holding back? What am I afraid of now? And the answer they feel is piercing, they're afraid that someone else might give you the love they failed to give. That fear is burning their hesitation, melting their silence, forcing them to confront the truth they denied. Archangel Michael says the universe is aligning events around them, unexpected signs, dreams, reminders, all pushing them toward you. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 555. My beloved child. This next part is something Archangel Michael has kept hidden until this exact moment. Your person recently tried to distract themselves, to move on, to pretend the distance was the right decision. But each attempt only pulled them back to you harder. They realized no one brings them peace the way you do. No one activates their soul the way you do. No one feels like home the way you do. And now, their pride, once a wall, is collapsing like sand. They don't just want to talk, they want to explain. They want to confess. They want to rebuild. They are rehearsing what to say, how to apologize, what truth they must finally reveal. The ice between you is thinning, cracking, breaking, and very soon, their message or call will come like lightning, sudden, unexpected, unstoppable. Archangel Michael says your connection is entering its most powerful phase yet. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 666. My beloved child. Archangel Michael reveals a vision that pulses with urgency. Your person sitting alone, staring at something that belongs to you. A picture. A message. A memory. And in that moment, their entire being collapses under truth. They were never tired of you, they were tired of running from themselves. The distance didn't give them peace, it poisoned their thoughts. Their silence didn't protect their heart, it suffocated it. And now, their soul is restless, pacing, searching for courage. They've begun replaying every last moment you both shared, trying to decode where things fell apart and where they can begin again. Archangel Michael says a divine pressure is building, an inner push so strong that ignoring it will only lead them into regret they can never escape. They are preparing to step forward not because they want to, but because destiny is forcing their truth to surface. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 777. My beloved child. The universe is now placing undeniable signs in their path, your name appearing unexpectedly, your favorite songs playing in random places, dreams where you appear clearer than reality. This isn't coincidence. Archangel Michael is showing them what their heart refused to see. The connection between you is not ordinary. It is spiritual, magnetic, soul-bound. And their resistance is weakening with every passing hour. They are finally realizing that no matter how far they go or how silent they stay, the thread that ties them to you refuses to break. They've begun imagining conversations with you, how they will speak, what they will confess, how they will break this ice that has grown too thick to ignore. They know the next move must come from them. And Archangel Michael says they are closer than ever to taking the first step. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 888. My beloved child. What Archangel Michael reveals next is something you were never meant to know until now. Your person recently had a moment of emotional collapse. A moment where the weight of not talking to you became unbearable. Whether they admitted it or not, they broke down quietly, tears, shaking, confusion, because the distance no longer felt like distance, it felt like losing a part of themselves. That moment changed everything for them. It triggered a realization so powerful it shifted their entire emotional alignment. I cannot live in silence anymore. And now, the fear of reaching out is smaller than the fear of losing you forever. They've started planning how to reconnect, what to say first, how to warm the coldness that grew between you. Archangel Michael says the ice is going to shatter soon, not slowly, but suddenly. Prepare yourself, because the next chapter of this connection will unfold quicker than you expect. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 999. My beloved child. Archangel Michael shows a moment that is unfolding right now in your person's energy, an inner storm they can no longer silence. They are finally admitting the truth they hid from everyone, even from themselves. They miss you more than they can endure. The distance that once felt safe now feels like a punishment they gave to their own heart. They are questioning every choice they made, every delay, every hesitation. Their soul is restless, trembling, pushing them toward the truth they buried. A truth that keeps rising no matter how hard they try to push it down. They still love you, and they never stopped. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1010. My beloved child. A powerful shift is happening inside your person. Archangel Michael says it's almost like the universe has cornered them with signs they cannot ignore. They saw something recently. A message, a photo, a moment where you looked unbothered, glowing, moving forward, and it shattered their confidence. For the first time, they felt the fear of being replaced. That fear struck them deeper than they expected. They realized they've been pretending to be strong while secretly checking if you still care. They realized the silence might cost them the one soul their heart was designed to recognize. They realized destiny won't wait forever. And now, their thoughts are spinning with urgency. How do I fix this before it's too late? Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1111. My beloved child. Archangel Michael reveals an emotional confession your person is preparing in their mind, over and over, in rehearsed whispers, in imaginary conversations with you. They know they owe you clarity. They know they owe you honesty. They know they owe you a truth they once feared to speak. You are the one who awakened their soul, and no distance has been able to replace you. They feel the pull growing stronger each day, a magnetic force pushing them toward breaking the ice, stepping out of their silence, and showing you a version of themselves you've never seen before, vulnerable, sincere, brave. The universe is aligning divine timing, and Archangel Michael says their breakthrough moment is approaching like a spark ready to ignite a wildfire. Prepare your heart, because the silence that once separated you is about to transform into a message, a call, an approach, that will change everything. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 12:12. My beloved child. Archangel Michael reveals a scene that is unfolding in your person's heart with explosive intensity. They are battling a wave of emotions they can no longer numb. The silence they once believed was space has transformed into suffocation. Every hour without you feels heavier, every night without your voice feels colder. They are replaying moments where they should have spoken, should have stayed, should have trusted the connection instead of running from it. Regret is eating away at their walls, and truth is flooding through every crack. They never expected their feelings to grow stronger with distance, but instead of fading, your memory has become the anchor they cling to. They are tired of acting unaffected. Tired of being the reason for the coldness. Tired of watching life move without you while their soul stays stuck on the chapter they abandoned too early. Archangel Michael says your person is no longer debating, they're deciding. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 13:13. My beloved child. The universe has been orchestrating a powerful awakening inside your person, an awakening they cannot escape. Archangel Michael shows them lying awake at night, breathing heavily, replaying conversations that never happened but should have. They imagine what they would say if they saw you right now. They imagine the expression on your face, the tremble in your voice, the softness in your eyes. They imagine you turning away, or turning toward them. And that uncertainty is driving them into action. They have reached a point where waiting hurts more than speaking. Their silence, once their safety net, is now their biggest enemy. They feel destiny tugging at them with a force they can't resist, as if the universe itself is whispering, if you don't move now, you will lose them. And this time, they are listening. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 14:14. My beloved child. Archangel Michael reveals a shocking truth. Your person has already made a silent promise to themselves about you. A promise that this time, if they come forward, they will come with honesty instead of fear, with effort instead of excuses, with vulnerability instead of pride. They know they cannot show up half-hearted, not when the connection feels this divine. They are preparing their heart for a breakthrough moment, a moment where they take responsibility for their silence and step into the truth they avoided. They've imagined sending you a message that starts simple but carries the weight of everything left unsaid. They've imagined showing up unexpectedly, driven by emotion that refuses to stay hidden. They've imagined a reunion where the ice between you melts instantly because the love beneath it never died. Archangel Michael says the universe is aligning the moment, the timing, the courage. And when it strikes, it will strike suddenly, powerfully, unmistakably. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 15:15. My beloved child. Archangel Michael shows a powerful surge of emotion rising inside your person, like a tide they can no longer hold back. Something shifted recently, something small yet powerful, and it awakened a truth they tried to bury for far too long. They finally realized that the silence they kept wasn't strength, it was fear disguised as control. And now, that fear is collapsing. They can no longer pretend they don't feel the pull toward you. They can no longer pretend the distance is helping them heal. Every time they try to distract themselves, life throws your memory in front of them like a mirror they can't avoid. Archangel Michael says your person is now at a point where their heart is louder than their doubts. They are preparing themselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because they know reaching out means exposing their deepest feelings. And yet, they're ready. Truly ready. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 16:16. My beloved child. A confession is forming inside them, shaky, intense, overflowing. Archangel Michael reveals that your person is imagining the moment of breaking the ice with you over and over again. They rehearse what they'll say, then scrap it, then try again. They're terrified of saying the wrong thing, terrified of ruining the one connection that ever felt real, but even more terrified of watching you slip away forever. They've begun feeling your absence as a physical ache, an emptiness that no distraction, no person, no escape can fill. They understand now that the silence didn't push you away, it pushed them into loneliness. And in that loneliness, they finally saw the truth: without you, their world is incomplete. They're ready to step into vulnerability, even if their voice shakes, even if their pride hurts, even if the past scares them. Archangel Michael whispers that their next action will surprise even them. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 17:17. My beloved child. Archangel Michael reveals the deepest part of their awakening, the moment that changed everything. Your person recently had a realization so intense that it felt like an emotional lightning strike. They imagined a future where you are no longer reachable, and it broke something inside them. That vision shattered their resistance. It forced their heart to admit what the mind kept denying. They started questioning, what if they move on? What if I'm too late? What if someone else understands their worth better than I did? That fear didn't weaken them, it fired them up. It awakened a passion they suppressed for too long. Now they're standing at the edge of a decision that will change everything between you. They are preparing to break the ice not with a cold message, but with something real, raw, sincere. They're ready to show you what their silence never could. Their heart never left you, not even for a moment. Archangel Michael says destiny will not let this connection fade. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 18:18. My beloved child. Archangel Michael unveils a moment your person has been silently hiding, a moment where they finally stopped pretending that everything was fine. They were recently overwhelmed by an emotion so strong it forced them to confront the truth they kept running from. They cannot imagine a life where you are not present. It hit them like a wave, unexpected and uncontrollable. They felt your absence in places where they once felt whole. They caught themselves searching for you in crowds, in conversations, in memories. And that is when the realization struck: the distance didn't make them stronger, it made them feel lost. Their silence didn't protect them, it isolated them from the one soul that ever felt like home. Archangel Michael says this realization has cracked their emotional armor. Their heart is pushing them closer to you with a force they can no longer deny. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1919. My beloved child. Your person is now feeling a magnetic pull so intense that even their own logic cannot explain it. They keep sensing your energy around them, like a whisper, like a presence, like a reminder that destiny tied you to for a purpose they cannot escape. Archangel Michael shows your person replaying the what-ifs that haunt them. What if they had stayed? What if they had spoken sooner? What if they hadn't let fear build the walls between you? These thoughts are hitting them harder than ever. And with every passing moment, their regret is turning into motivation. Their heart is awakening, their pride is dissolving, and their fear is shrinking. They're beginning to understand that the ice between you won't melt on its own, they must be the one to shatter it. They are preparing their words, their apology, their explanation, their truth. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 2020. My beloved child. Archangel Michael reveals the most powerful shift of all. Your person has stopped thinking, should I reach out, and has started thinking, how do I reach out? This is the transformation you were waiting for. The divine realm is pushing them out of stagnation and into action. Their soul is restless, their emotions are overflowing, and they feel guided, almost pushed, toward reconnection. They're imagining the moment they finally break the ice. How you will react, how they will speak, how the tension will finally melt. They're preparing for a conversation that carries the weight of everything left unsaid. And Archangel Michael says the universe is aligning the exact moment where hesitation dies and courage takes over. The silence is thinning. The distance is collapsing. The breakthrough is coming. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 2121. My beloved child. Archangel Michael reveals that your person has entered a phase of emotional honesty they can no longer escape. They are waking up every day with one overwhelming realization: they cannot continue living in this distance anymore. The silence they created is now echoing back at them like a reminder of everything unfinished between you. They feel your absence like a shadow that follows them everywhere, at home, at work, in conversations, even in moments where they pretend to be fine. Something inside them is breaking open, a truth rising so powerfully that resisting it only makes it stronger. They've begun noticing how your energy shows up in their life, your name, your initials, songs, signs, dreams. And Archangel Michael says these aren't coincidences, they're divine reminders guiding them toward the step they're destined to take. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 2222. My beloved child. Your person is now facing the moment they've unconsciously feared for so long, the moment where they realize they can no longer hide from their own heart. Archangel Michael shows them sitting with a heaviness in their chest, realizing that every unfinished chapter between you is demanding resolution. They know they owe you clarity. They know they owe you truth. They know they owe you the voice they kept silent for far too long. And now, the pressure inside them is reaching a point where staying quiet is more painful than speaking up. They feel the urgency increasing, as if life itself is pushing them to act before the window closes. They're imagining the moment the ice breaks, the sound of your voice, the softness in your energy, the relief that will flood their heart when they finally end this separation. Archangel Michael says they are closer than ever to taking the first step. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 23:23. My beloved child. What Archangel Michael reveals now is the most powerful turning point of all. Your person has already begun forming the message they want to send you. Not a casual message, an honest one. A message that carries truth, apology, clarity, longing, and the vulnerability they once feared. They're thinking about acknowledging their mistakes. They're thinking about expressing the feelings they hid. They're thinking about reopening the door they closed too early. They are imagining a conversation where both hearts finally breathe again. The divine realm is aligning everything, timing, emotion, courage, to bring this long-awaited moment into reality. The ice between you is almost gone, the silence is almost over. Archangel Michael says destiny is preparing to weave the next chapter of this connection, and it will unfold faster than your expectations. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 24:24.